Welcome back, everybody, to the Exit Row. I'm your host, Adama Anderson, here with Justin Moore.
That's correct.
And Paige Larson.
Hey, guys.
And guess what? We sound so much better.
This is
really
fire.
I'm really appreciating Randall. Thank you, Randall.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I will use the one button one time. Yep.
That's going to be a very hot button.
We have buttons now.
Shout out to Exit Row personality Randall and the Moores.
And the Moores. Thank you to the Moores so much for the upgrade in our system.
Absolutely.
And now you get to hear us really well.
We may not look any better, but we sound damn good.
Well, we've always looked good, so
Sounding real nice. Real nice.
Yes.
It looks like we know what we're doing, and it sounds like we know what we're doing. I think that's 2/3 of the equation.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, so let's talk about
Let's talk about you.
Yeah. You got some words.
I got some words. Okay. So yes, we'll talk about
traveled recently, didn't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I traveled
Was there
out.
something else you wanted to brief before? I'm sorry.
No. I wanted to go ahead and talk about. Let's go ahead and talk about my trip. All right. I went out to Orlando to go see my half brother and his wife and my niece and nephew. And I hadn't seen them in a very long time, so I wanted to go out and go check them, hang out with them, visit my family, not go to Disney World, which, people like to do that. People like to say, hey, oh, by the way, you're at Disney. We're in Orlando. I'd like to see you, but I'm there to see, Disney. So,
Right.
I went out there. You both know that I am trying to fly all the main lines this year.
Oh, really?
No way.
Hey, okay, I'll repeat it again in crystal clear, right?
There is a chance it didn't sound before.
Right?
Yeah.
So I went ahead and I took Frontier out of Omaha.
Nice.
And
Oh.
it's been a while since I've done Frontier. And I realized why I don't do Frontier. So,
It doesn't sound like it went well.
Not
yeah.
particularly.
I will say Spirit actually has a few more frills than Frontier. And I wrote some things down, so I'll just go through it. They didn't have Wi-Fi. So obviously, first world problem, right?
Yeah.
Spirit did. So there you go.
Oh.
There's a difference. No charger. Nothing. They just have nothing. No free.
Like not
anything.
available or they didn't work?
No chargers.
Available at all is what you're saying. Gotcha.
Available. And they just have seriously no frills. So let's talk about. We get on the aircraft, and
Do you remember what you had? The animal wasn't it like
was it
Marty the Mammoth? Something
It
like
was,
was
like,
like
it was like the ring-tailed cat.
the ring-tailed cat? Yeah, something like that. It was.
Obama the ring-tailed monkey, something like that.
It was like
Oh, yeah.
Marty.
That's definitely not it because I definitely made that up. I said Obama the ring-tailed monkey, so that's definitely not it.
Obama. So I get on the aircraft, and
What was it? A320 Neo?
it was A320.
Not the Neo, right?
I don't think it was the Neo. No.
The generic.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I get on the aircraft, and everybody's on the aircraft, and we're not pushing back because there's an announcement that somebody who did they leave a Ryan High cheerleader bag at the gate. So here I am thinking nobody, and they asked like 3 times, like, hey, anybody have it? Nobody claimed.
So that wasn't your cheerleading bag, to be clear?
No, it wasn't. So here I am thinking, oh, great. Now we have a bag that, so from somebody who's been in the military, and anytime that any bag is left anywhere that nobody's claiming, you freak out and you go, call the bomb squad. But thankfully, that didn't happen, and we backed out. They pushed us back.
Real quick. Is Frontier, out of curiosity, is that open seating or did you have assigned seats on Frontier?
Assigned seating.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we back out, and then we immediately back up all the way to where they usually de-ice some of the aircraft because it was a cold day that day.
Oh, gotcha.
Which, by the way, they didn't de-ice us, even though it was like 10 degrees.
Oh.
But we sat in timeout for an hour because...
Oh, that's right. I remember following you along on, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
we didn't
What was that
move.
all about?
That was because weather in Orlando.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
In the northern Florida area was blocking a lot of aircraft from coming in. So, which later on would be a bumpier flight when we were arriving in Orlando. One thing I did note was the flight attendants were just not happy.
Really?
Compared to like the Spirit
With you or in general?
in general. Yeah, they just were
Wow.
not happy. Compared to Spirit, I actually thought that their flight attendants were actually happy. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Maybe Frontier's really gone downhill. I don't know.
Or maybe you just caught them just caught them on the wrong day. You never know.
Could have been. I mean, 10 degrees in Omaha. I'd be upset
Yeah.
too. So yeah, we had that 1 hour delay. And then, so I was in the exit row.
Oh, nice.
There you go, guys.
Shout out.
I took the exit row. I may have left a sticker there in the exit row,
Good.
There we go.
I would
there
hope
we
so.
go.
right?
Yeah.
So what I found interesting in this one was that they didn't, because it was the exit row, they didn't tell me that I couldn't keep my bag underneath the seat. I'm used to, if you're in the exit row, you don't have to do that. This one, they let me have my bag underneath the seat, so I left it there. That was just one of the things I wrote up. But I told you, Paige, and I told you, Justin, last week that it smelled like puke on the aircraft,
Oh, that's right. You threw
Gross.
up.
Yeah.
and it was really disgusting. I didn't
You
throw
threw up
up.
before the flight? Oh, it wasn't you.
No,
Okay.
no, but the aircraft, it completely smelled like puke, and it was just not pleasant.
That's a tough.
especially
tough, man.
when you're 1 hour delayed, and it's a 2.5, 3 hour flight.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it's about a 3-hour flight.
Man,
So
you're on that plane for 10 minutes in general.
was-
that sucks.
It was disgusting.
Right?
It was not pleasant. Let's see. They made everyone turn their. Oh yeah. So once we got over the,
Yeah.
once we got into northern, it was southern Georgia, northern Florida. It was going to be bumpy, so they had everybody get in the seats early. Or buckle up and prepare for landing. And they made everybody. I've never seen this before, so that's why I made note of it. Was they made everybody in the aircraft turn on their air. Above you, because of the turbulence. They thought people were going to get
Somebody
sick.
puked.
Somebody did.
I would
puke.
assume that it was the last flight that made him go like, okay, we need to enact something here.
No, it was just their policy that if you get into a bumpy, like
Hey, I've never heard that either. Yeah.
critical,
That's like a-
the critical phases of flight. Okay, I don't think it was up in the air, but critical phases of flight, when if your aircraft is going up and down, they actually want everybody to put their air on because it can help with motion sickness and.
So that's their company policy? Then you said.
I assume. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I've never actually heard that, but yeah, that's interesting. Everyone's basically getting hot and bothered, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Right.
Right. So yeah, it was that was just something I've never seen before. So, and then I think the other thing I wrote about Frontier's safety card really, and I showed you too. It on there says this aircraft, this A320, was actually made in the United States, which I found that
That is really interesting. Or that it was like the finishing production was made in the U.S. I think.
yeah. So and then I showed you guys the Spirit A320 card, and that one says it was made in France. So I don't know if it's
Which
like
is probably
this,
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Toulouse.
So, yeah, that was my Frontier flight. I arrived in Orlando. It was nice and wet. It was raining all day, sunny,
Beautiful Florida day.
right?
Right. Typical Florida.
So, fast forward, I spent a little time with my, I spent the whole weekend with my half brother, but we did watch some AVL together because I realized that he's an av geek as well. So that was kind of cool. I didn't know this
When
about
two
him.
av geeks find each other, is it just like, did we just become best friends?
We said that,
Right.
but we're brothers, so it's kind of
You did
funny.
the whole
like-
Step Brothers act out.
Right. So that was cool because we actually even went to the Orlando airport and spotted there because he was just happy to have somebody to go to the airport.
Hashtag bonding.
It was great. It was
Right.
great there to be there with him. Got to one of the things I liked about the airport there is they have bridges for the aircraft, but also it's kind of like it's a large parking deck that you can spot at. So you have to get permission to spot in Orlando. And so you have aircraft coming on both sides of the parking deck, and you're just trying to figure out, okay, I want to look at this aircraft, and I want to look at this aircraft, and so it can make it a little bit difficult trying to figure out what you're trying to look for, and the heat haze can be pretty bad.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, about Florida airports.
So, but it was great to spend a half of a day with my brother, and just enjoy, some aviation with him. Like, love
Right.
it. So, with that, I ended up taking another airline that I haven't taken. I've never taken Spirit ever. So for me, this was a brand new experience. And like Spirit fashion, it's like you think it's going to be chaos. And when you get into the terminal for the Spirit gates in Orlando, it is worse than seeing like the Southwest cattle. Everybody get up here and get on the aircraft.
Oh wow.
That's saying something.
Spirit,
right?
I mean, people are just all in the hallways. And the Orlando airport is just not that great in my eyes. Or maybe the terminal I was in was not really.
I think it's got its points. Like the Orlando airport gets a bad rap in my opinion, but there are definitely areas that are rough.
Oh yeah, but before TSA, it's great. It's a food court, there's a mall. I mean,
It's a big airport. So yeah, there are definitely areas where you're gonna gather those low cost carriers. It's probably gonna turn into kind of an S show. You know what I mean?
we're so
Right.
A little bit of a
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we have a button here, so we're gonna use it. So yeah, there was just it felt like for the 8 gates that they had for that one part of the terminal, there was probably 16,000 people trying to get on aircraft. It just was chaos. So
Wow.
16,000 people. Oh my god.
That's crazy.
a lot of people.
a little bit of an exaggeration, but I get
It's an exaggeration. Again, that's why I said it felt like that.
No.
So, all right. So Spirit though, they do have. I talked about it. They had Wi-Fi. However, it didn't work. So go figure, right?
you're
But
taking it up to Atlanta, right? So
Yeah.
relatively short flight.
there you go. Yep.
That's what
took
I
it
would
up to
expect.
Atlanta.
Spirit, but
They didn't have any power seats as well, or power in the seats. We were super delayed out of Orlando. Yeah, so we had taxied. Well, first off, the aircraft arrived late by 55 minutes, so we got out 55 minutes later. And then what happened was Orlando delayed every aircraft that was waiting to go. So we were on the taxiway, and they made it. They made it where everybody was taking off due to 3-minute pacing. So we were 10 aircraft back, so we had to wait 30 minutes to get out of Orlando. That was really annoying. However, the new Nevada one was right next to my aircraft when I was taking off, so I was getting ready to go. And that's a beautiful aircraft in my eyes.
It's okay.
agreed.
So Spirit, there's no free drinks or snacks.
Is it true the carry-ons they charge you per carry-on?
They
Is that true?
I think you get a personal item, but
Personal
you
item,
don't. You can't do a carry-on, and you can't do a.
You can, but they charge you for it.
Yeah,
right?
you have to pay for
right,
it.
right.
Yeah.
Which is rare.
Yeah.
It's interesting because you got those cheap Spirit tickets, but then they hit you with all these other fees.
Oh yeah,
I know.
Every way that they can.
Were you charged to go to the bathroom? Is that true, or is that a rumor?
That is a rumor. I did not use the bathroom.
Were you charged for oxygen in the plane?
Didn't need it, thankfully. So yeah, there were no free drinks or snacks. So just bring something. There's no free streaming either. So they had the Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi that I could get for a tiny bit, there was no free streaming stuff on there either. So very warm aircraft compared to others. I wrote, I'm not sure if this is an A320 thing, but it was just a very warm aircraft. And given that was Florida, it was
Meaning
gonna be
like the
warm.
temperature inside was warm, is what you're saying.
Absolutely, yeah. Crew was friendly during the money grabbing part of the flight, aka beverage and snack time. But again, like I said, I thought the Spirit flight attendants were very friendly and very nice. They also too were like Frontier, and they were trying to sell credit cards. I'm not used to that on aircraft. I mean, I don't know if
That
American
happens every
does
flight.
that.
Yeah,
I don't know
American
if
does that
United,
every single flight.
Yeah, they do.
Delta.
I was gonna say, you've
I'm
never
not
seen
used to it now. I'm used to it back before the pandemic, but after the
Oh,
pandemic,
yeah, it's very common now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not used to them doing a 5-minute spiel on getting the credit card.
That's funny because everyone else just zones that out. But if you're not used to it, you probably did listen to it.
And maybe that's what it was. Is
that's
I
true.
Learn to zone that out. Yeah.
So yeah, they were trying to sell credit cards. I did notice that Spirit, they actually, some random person actually did win 10,000 points. So they did have a contest on the aircraft, and I thought that was okay. That's pretty
Really?
nice. They had everyone take their tray table down to see who won, and so I have a picture here of the tray table, and how small that tray table is, you can see that it's the size of
So
just
does
my
it
hand.
not fold in half another time, or is
No,
it
that's it.
Oh wow,
That's literally it.
That is
so
so.
cute little table.
it's very small.
It's cute.
The seats are very thin. It was a very rough landing, and the brakes were so bad during the whole taxiing part. But Justin, you have stated that that's an A320 thing, and I'm just not
I mean,
used
I'm not
to.
going to say it's a universal, but I mean, A320s are just generally much older aircraft, so I can't say that's necessarily a
makes
Spirit
sense.
thing.
Yeah, it was.
A320s are typically rougher rides, you know?
It was pretty rough. So
I mean, the burning question is, I mean, I saw you last weekend, I believe you'd already flown,
yeah.
but you didn't have a black eye or anything. I mean, the burning question is, was there any rowdiness? Was there any shenanigans on board?
Yeah, because we bet it first. In the last podcast, we were like, we bet nothing is even going to
The
happen.
typical
on that flight.
stigma with
So-
Spirit Airlines
Right.
is,
I will say both airlines, Spirit and Frontier, there was no shenanigans. And again, you would think that with Spirit that there would be
so
shenanigans.
I was
Right.
hoping you did. I was hoping for mass chaos on your flight, to be
Right.
quite honest.
I will say though, anybody who takes an Orlando flight from or to, just expect plenty of kids. So if you want a kid-free flight, good
absolutely.
luck, because my Frontier flight, I had a kid just kicking the whole time,
Oh my gosh.
which also didn't help being in the puke. So
And that's such a stereotype.
Right.
That's such a stereotypical thing to say or cliche thing to say on a flight. I had a kid kicking me the whole time.
and I'm not used to it. So yeah, it was pretty bad. So, and then yeah, I got to Atlanta, one of my favorite airports, and ended up in the lounge for a little bit, and then took a A319 back to Omaha.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh my gosh.
For those who don't know,
Shut it over
Justin loves the A319. No, he doesn't. Paige does though.
I do.
And
And you don't know what's good over there, Justin.
okay,
saying? You were saying.
so I took the A319 back to Omaha and had concluded my travels. And
Round of applause for Adama's travels. Round of applause.
Yay.
Would you say that trip deserves another round of applause, perhaps?
I don't know what to say right now. So
Sorry, we got again. A shout out to the Moors for the mixer. We're just having fun with these buttons. Another round of
Really
applause for the Moors.
Morris, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Let's maybe take a break here, and we're gonna hit our levels up,
Yeah.
and we'll meet you back around the corner.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, there
We'll
we
see you guys
go.
in a bit.
All right, guys, welcome back to the exit row. I think we have some debates to hash out now.
Yes. Yes, we do. Hey guys. So I am
Hey, it's me, Adama.
It's hi guys, it's me, Adama. I am 24 hours away from my next flight, and I am not packed. My question to you two is, what kind of packer are you, Justin?
Right there with you. Right there. Oh, ladies first. You always go to me first. It should really be ladies first. But, I've always
Okay.
found that odd that you go to me first, by the way.
Okay,
But it's just a little thing that I noticed. But yeah.
Paige, what kind of packer are you, and why?
Not the kind of packer
And why?
you two are.
Explain yourself.
Yes.
I pack like
Well, you just
Starting-
mentioned mentioned you're flying out Wednesday. That you'll be packed. You'll start packing.
start
Sunday,
packing
right?
Sunday. Yeah. So I fly out Wednesday. I'm gonna start packing Sunday because it's a process, and maybe it's just
Apparently.
a woman thing, but
It's a Paige thing.
my packing, like I spend days figuring out like what outfits do I want, what's gonna pair best with what, And
I spend days thinking about when I'm going to pack. That's my process.
Not me. I gotta start, and I gotta start getting my toiletries
All the time I
in
think
line.
about I could be packing. I just don't. And then all of a sudden it's the morning of. Like, there's a better chance I'll be packing the morning of. No, not a better chance. That is how it goes.
Oh no, I could not, and I don't understand how you guys do it.
Now it's like things like toiletries, for example. Like, they just can't be packed.
No,
until that,
absolutely.
Until the morning
that
of.
makes no sense.
So for people to say they're packed going out the door, that's just not true. You're not 100% packed out the door. You can be prepared, but you're not 100% packed. Am I right?
correct. Yeah, you're right.
I have separate toiletries for traveling.
Like everything.
Yes.
Everything separate. See, I have separate things, but not necessarily like my toothpaste and toothbrush are coming. Like, I don't necessarily go buy extras. Like, that's weird.
No, I have extras.
No, that's weird.
No, my extras actually, I don't buy them, but they come from my dentist. When you go get a cleaning and you just get those spares, and so that's what I'll just have.
Fair. That's fair.
That's
Yeah.
that's
But
actually.
I am a last minute packer.
I can't.
100%.
I spend days packing, and I have just so many things. It's elaborate. I pack very elaborately.
What
And
usually
so-
happens with me is I'll do laundry literally 24 hours before within that window.
Correct.
And I'll just pack.
That's too stressful. Nope, can't do it.
To me, stressful is thinking about it 3 days in advance. That's stressful.
Yeah.
That's crazy how different that is because I'm less stressed when I start earlier because then I know
Stressing me out, you talking about this right now.
well, but then I know that I'm not forgetting anything is the thing for me too. Like
I'll always have that feeling no matter what, that I'm forgetting
especially
something.
when you're leaving the hotel.
No, when I'm leaving anywhere. Apartment, hotel, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just told you to. I'm not packed at all for my trip tomorrow.
And this is like a week and a half trip and I would be stressing
I guess
so
that is
hard.
another point too. Like if I am gone for a week, that is a little different. Like if we're gone for multiple days, that's one thing. If it's like an overnight trip or you're gone for like a day or a weekend, I will be packed last minute. But for Adama, for instance, your upcoming trip is a week. Like
Right.
I think I might be packed at least 24 hours, not packed, but I'll be at least beginning that process at least 24 hours before. Because that's a little different for me. Like anything a week over, that's a long time. That's a minute.
Okay, I mean, I guess I'm
crazy.
not very elaborate with my clothes because I just go, here's 6, 7 shirts, here's 6, 7 pants, here's 6, 7 of everything, maybe a few extras.
You gross, you don't put underwear.
Underwear. Oh, no. So for me, it's not something that I'm
Your team,
thinking about.
Justin, you're last minute packer. So
Yeah.
last minute packers. But I think I'm with Paige. I think it might be a sex thing. You know,
I think it is too.
I mean, I'm sure there's the outliers. I'm sure there's women that are last minute packers. I'm sure there are males, you know.
Oh, yeah, of
But
course.
in general, I think you're onto something.
yeah.
I mean, I remember I was on alert and I'd be packing for 2-week alerts and I still would be packing the night before, sometimes the morning of.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just,
No, like if I've got a 7 a.m. flight, I'm packing after I've showered and going out the door for sure.
yeah, guys.
Oh no.
Guys, we're just simple. Like,
You guys
I'm
really
also
are
and I'm
so
also
simple.
lazy. I'm just lazy. I'll be honest. Like I just said, I will think about packing for days and not do anything about it.
it's very stressful.
That's just me being lazy.
It's
though.
just so easy to just put it all in and just go, oh, I got everything I need. And if I,
I mean,
don't,
yeah. Guys, it's just so simple. You just literally grab laundry and throw it in a suitcase and zip it up. Like women, we have
Oh, I plan
specific
my
shirts,
outfits.
Like, okay.
Shut up.
It's
I'm going to wear this
so-
on Monday. I'm going to wear this
That's
on Monday
me.
night. I'm going to wear this Monday to bed. I'm going to not wear this.
These are my Monday pajamas. These are my Tuesday
Exactly.
pajamas.
This is my Monday underwear. 'cause
What
it
if
says
something
Monday.
happens when it rains and it's only 70 degrees? What if something happens and it rains and it's only 50 degrees?
This is exactly what I'm saying. I have to be prepared for all
what
climates.
I wondered.
have
That's
to
what I
be
was thinking.
prepared. Have backups. Like, what if something gets dirty? What am I going to wear if I want to wear something during the day and then change at night into something fancy?
Right.
What fancy outfits do I want? What lounge outfits?
What
do
if I run into a boy? You know, like-
Exactly.
There
What
you
if I need
go.
to do a last minute change?
What if you're at the H Hotel in September and you forget that it's cold and you don't have a jacket or anything?
Exactly. I already
it's
experienced
called the
that
gift
once.
shop downstairs.
Yeah. So
Exactly. It's really elaborate for me. It's almost mathematics for me packing because I'm
You're like
deciphering
that-
all
you're
these
like
things
that-
and just
You're like that gif online of Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover where he's doing the math in his head and he's at the
that's
casino.
literally exactly yes.
That's always a good one, yeah.
That's me packing. Yes, everything
beautiful
has
mind.
to be.
A beautiful mind you just got,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Equations going through your head of outfits.
exactly. Because if my outfits are not perfect, then I am not feeling my best when I'm
I
out.
do remember when we went to LAX, either the last time or the first or the last time that we went together. I remember you messaged me. You were saying something about like, I'm about an outfit for a certain day, and I was like, not just an outfit for the trip, a certain day of the trip.
Yes.
Like that. That's when I was like, okay. That's when I was like, oh wow. You know, like-
That is accurate. Yes.
but yeah, like I mentioned, not for the trip, a certain day of the trip.
Yes, because I pick my outfits per day.
And that was epic.
Like this outfit goes to this day, and yeah.
That was funny. Yeah, you're like, and by the way, this outfit only works from 2 to 6
Mm-hmm.
on a Tuesday.
And even when it comes down to socks and underwear, okay, this is going to be paired with this outfit. These socks go with this pants. Like, it's very, yes.
Totally.
So what about when you're in LA and you're burnt crisp and you're about to die at the bottom of the H Hotel?
Shout out to the couch.
Yeah.
Because-
You weren't prepared.
Oh, that was the first time.
You weren't prepared.
No. Well, no, the second time we went, I wasn't prepared for the sunburn I was going to get because it was so cloudy and it was kind of chilly, honestly. but my arms were so sunburnt. So third time's a charm. Next time I go to LAX, I'll be fully prepared. I got this time, guys.
And you're going to take a few days to pack.
She's already packing for that trip, actually.
Right.
Spot LAX,
She's-
I'm thinking already. I really am. I'm thinking, what's going to be good for the party at the top of the H? So many.
I don't know what I'm wearing to work tomorrow morning. My God.
Yeah, I just literally just go to my dresser and go, shirt, sweater, pants. It works today.
So what's up? Do we have another debate, or what
Yeah.
else are we debating?
All right, so the next debate is there's a lot of talk on the Twitters, the X.
The Twitter sphere.
Yeah. So recently, just in the last 2-3 days, there was a pilot. It's his final flight. He leaves LAX in A380 for Lufthansa, and he waved. Yeah. Okay. So when I say that, when you
With
wave,
his hand physically out the window.
yeah, he totally did that.
He opened the window
He opened up the
mid-flight.
window, right? Yeah.
Wow.
He opened up the door plug. Anyway, so he, for those who don't know, pilots will do this when they're waving to like somebody out there, like, hey, they dip the wing for just a little bit. and
Also,
then dip
wing
it
waves
back.
are symbolism of when a plane is leaving an airport for the last time, too.
That is true.
Those are sad ones.
That's how I first learned about wing waves, is like when an aircraft is not going to come back to that airport.
Yeah. Sad. So this pilot did it, but he really did a wing wave, and it was on both sides of the aircraft, and people are debating, is this okay? And my question to you two is, do you think it is
But
okay?
you answer it first. What do you think? You okay with it?
So for me, I personally, Paige brought up something earlier, like, hey, maybe, hopefully they're telling the people ahead of time, like, hey, we're going to be doing this.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, and all of a sudden you're in that critical phase of flight and you're taking off, I don't know the story. I don't know if they know. So if they knew, then I'm okay with it. But if they don't know, then I'm not okay with it.
And again, we need to stress
Because
that
it was dramatic.
again, we need to
Yes,
stress
that
this wing
one
wave was more than usual. Yeah.
Correct. But for normally, I don't care. I'm like, sure, yeah, why not?
I mean, at the end of the day, he was an Airbus A380 captain, so he obviously knows what he's doing.
Right.
But I do
Yeah.
wonder if he even took it a little further than he wanted to. Like there were winds that day, so I do wonder. I would love to know from him, like, was it actually planned to be that drastic or not?
Right.
Because I've seen videos in the past of A380s hitting other planes' wakes.
Yes.
And it looks just like what happened with that wing wave. And so, like, had I not known, I honestly thought it was just hitting wake turbulence, in all honesty. Because that was a wing wave like I've never seen before.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
that
if you
was
don't know what we're
interesting.
talking about, I highly suggest looking up that Lufthansa A380 wing wave, and chances are you're going to find it.
Yeah.
Paige, what do you think?
I mean, I'm in agreement. If people are told, at first, then
I do wonder. Like, I've never been on
Yeah.
board a flight where that's happened, so I do wonder
either.
if they do say something. I don't think they do, but because for the most part, it is gradual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, yeah.
This
like you
one was
said.
not.
Like you said, if you didn't know, you might wonder, like, whoa.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, I see the beach now of LA. Like, it was pretty big. So
I'm all for wing waves, but yeah,
Same.
absolutely. I don't want them in. I think the people that are against them are just losers, but it was drastic. And on the A380 too, I think that had a lot more to do
Oh,
with,
yeah.
the wings.
Yeah.
With the wings of the A380, it makes everything look a little more.
think about it like an Embraer
does.
175. You're like, oh yeah,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
So
That was a retirement. For
that was a retirement, right?
Yep.
Let's talk about another retirement out of LAX again. Correct. I mean, it started
Hot
out
spot.
in DFW.
Right.
It's a hot spot.
So a Delta captain recently, in like the last few days, chartered not his own, but he chartered from his company, Delta, an A330-900neo in the Team USA livery. And he took that out to Hawaii.
It was Captain
Crazy.
Rosencrantz. Hopefully, I'm saying that wrong, or hopefully, I'm saying that right. I mean, if not, Rosencrantz, we'll shout him out.
Yeah. After 24 years of being a pilot with Delta,
Wow.
he took his retirement flight out to Hawaii, and he brought out so many of his friends and family. So yeah, like Justin, like before we all had a conversation here, Justin brought it up. These are his family and friends that he brought onto this aircraft.
To be clear, these weren't people on board the flight. Like this was the flight
only people.
for them. It was chartered
Yeah.
for them, which is maybe the coolest retirement party I've ever heard of in my life.
Same.
Right. You're going all the way down to Hawaii and then back.
Regardless of where you're going, you're chartering a wide body for family and friends. I don't even think I have that many friends to fill up a wide body.
Me either.
But I mean, maybe he didn't, and it was mainly empty. But at the end of the day, you know, like, I
Right.
think that's what some people are confused about. Is like they were just happened to be on board, but no, this was a private flight at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, registration N411DX. That's the Team USA livery.
Nice.
And I went to Kona.
Kona, that's right. It wasn't Honolulu. So yeah.
I went to Kona for literally less than 24 hours. But at the end of the day, I mean, if I'm being chartered out to Kona for even 2 hours, I'm probably going to go. I think we just mentioned this on the last podcast. We're all getting on a flight to nowhere, so I'm
Exactly.
pretty sure we're all going to go to Hawaii for less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So
pretty
shout out Rosencrantz. What up, man?
Thank you for
You know, give us a shout out next time. Exit Row would love to cover the event.
yes.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
AVL also caught that. Looks like they caught that live on their
Yeah.
stream from the H Hotel, by the way.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
All right. Next, we've got Eastern Airlines. Just a little blurb. They are moving their headquarters to Kansas City, so that'll be a great thing if you're spotting down in Kansas City.
Exactly.
They recently acquired in January of this year. They acquired Hillwood Airways, so they now have a bunch of 737s in their fleet, and yeah, so just another great thing to do because we live up here in Omaha. We can go down to Kansas City and go get some Eastern Airlines aircraft.
We also mentioned it's creating many jobs down there in that area as well.
Yeah, it looks like it's about 165 jobs will be created. So shout out to that. And I think they even said like average salary over there is going to be $93,000. So that's pretty good.
Nice.
Get a job down there in Kansas City. That's where it's at. All right. Next, let's talk. Going back to the A380, okay? Qantas. Qantas was in the news this week
Oh.
because a tool was found after being gone for 2 months.
Ooh.
And Justin, where was it located?
Yes, the tool, not a person, but it was a tool.
Yeah, not a
that,
person.
So again, yeah, it was an A380. Again, I feel like all these stories, this is literally not intentional, by the way, but I feel like all the stories we've covered involve LAX, by the way. Anyway, yeah, so this Qantas A380 flew into LAX. Looks like it was February 2nd for a maintenance inspection, which, by the way, I don't think a lot of people realize LAX has literally a maintenance hub at LAX, which is kind of funny. I think it's funny that an Australian airline has a maintenance hub in the United States.
Right.
I mean, it makes sense if you know what you're talking about, but it's just kind of funny if you don't know that. But anyway, so it flew in as it normally does from Sydney, and so on a maintenance inspection while it was laying over, they found what is known as a compressor turning tool. I'm sure there's another name for it, and I'm sure there's people listening that are going to know the names of it. But anyway, it's like a very small piece of flexible plastic, and it was found behind the fan blades of the number one engine.
That's scary.
Right,
It is,
that's
but at the
crazy.
same time, like supposedly this tool had been missing for 2 months. We're talking 8 weeks, and the plane had flown numerous times supposedly, and apparently had no effect on the operation of the engine whatsoever. Clearly, I mean, it's not like this was flying
Right.
from DFW. This thing was flying from Sydney. I guess multiple times as well. In 2 months, I just picture them like doing that maintenance inspection on the engine, and they're like, "Oh, there it is."
Right.
Like, to me, that's kind of comical. Like, I get what you're saying, Adama, but luckily everything was fine, and this can kind of be something that's pretty funny. We're like, you know,
Yeah.
like, oh, there's my lunch. That's where it was. You know, like,
Yeah.
Yes, somebody be in the military, that would have been not. Oof, that's yeah. I just
Someone's gonna get in trouble.
it's a little scary. So, but hey,
we can all laugh about it now. At least
We
us.
can.
I'm sure there's someone that's
Exactly.
looking for a job right now, but hey, you know, sorry about it.
all for a stupid piece of flexible plastic, right?
I'm sure it has a pretty important part, but
No, obviously,
Right.
right. But yeah, losing your job over that sucks. So
Yeah.
yeah. On that note, we will be right back.
all right, welcome back to the exit row. I just thought we should take a moment and give ourselves a round of applause.
Woo! Go us.
Again,
Great.
shout out Randall. I think we just need to keep mentioning that we do sound good tonight, do we not?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
sound better than Redway.
We really do. They don't have any.
I don't even know
sound
what
right
that
now.
means, but I get what you just did.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on, it's time for the infamous, world famous
Paige's polls. Paige's polls. I sound really good.
That does sound better than it normally does.
It really
I'm
does.
not saying it sounds great. Sounds
Oh,
better
no.
than it did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, I liked it better when it was on staticky bad mics. It made it more original.
Oh.
You
The
need to go on
original
you should go on
X-Zero.
American Idol, bro, and do that. And do that.
We're on cassette tapes here.
We'll clip it out and put it in every time.
Paige, your polls.
My polls. It is time. So, our polls this week are throwing it back to the last, or after the last episode, I guess, when I unwrapped Temu planes. And if you didn't watch that video, go ahead and watch that on YouTube. It went a lot better than I expected. And so the poll was, how would you rate the Temu planes on a scale from 1 to 10?
10 being the worst.
Best.
Gotcha.
And didn't get some really good input. We got a 4.5, 2, an 8,
The 4.5.
and a 1.
4.5. Can't quite give it a 5.
Yeah, right. Now on this one, and I told you guys before the podcast started, Jet Set Shirts actually pointed out something about this 777 that now I can't unsee. He said something about the 777 tail is not right. And if you look at how far forward it's placed on the fuselage.
That is pretty far forward.
That is kind of actually funny.
And I had no idea, and now I can't unsee it. So
That is just, I mean, they are typically a little head, but that is a little
a lot.
aggressive. It's an aggressive
Yeah.
move of the tail.
Yes.
So then my question to you is, would you still buy it?
Yeah.
Okay, she'd buy it.
Okay.
I mean,
Nope, return it.
when you're looking at the price, like only like what, $7, you know, not so bad. If it was like
what if the tail came and it was equal with the engines? I actually think that would be worth the money.
It's a shark.
Money.
It's a shark.
We're talking the tails like boom.
well, that's what I expected. Honestly, I expected like a wing to be installed upside down or something crazy like that.
What were we saying? They were derpish. That is-
derpy,
derpy.
yes,
So
and they are.
derpish. Gosh.
The windshields are derpy, but you know it's okay. Love them anyways.
Jet Set Shirts. Wolves. Nice eye. Right there.
Yeah,
Nice eye.
yeah. I didn't even notice that, but yeah, you're right about that.
Is the 747 the same way? No, it's
No.
not, that looks more appropriate.
It does, yeah. Yeah, but now I can't see it. Or I can't unsee
Can't
it. I
unsee
mean,
it.
Yeah.
You can't see it.
I can totally see
I've
it.
lost all vision.
Dead.
This is why we need video so you can see what's happening right
Yeah.
now.
But at the same time, why we don't need video is
Yeah.
also why we need video.
There you go.
Exactly. And so then a follow-up question to that. Would you purchase a model plane from Temu? Unfortunately, no was the winner with that with 71%.
Would you adopt? Would you adopt a derp?
Would you adopt a derp? I'll word it like that next time.
It sounds like a possible plane shirt in the future.
Would you adopt a derp?
When you put it like that, yes. because
Adopt
it's
the derp.
cute. Yes, I will adopt a derpy plane because they need love too.
So 71% said no.
Yes.
See, that's the thing. Like, I mean, obviously, like, I don't collect them. I'm not quite the collector that you are.
Yeah.
Oh, Paige
So,
is a collector, guys.
It's a
I have
problem.
over
Actually,
100
it's a
of
problem.
them.
But like, that's I guess
an
what I
addiction.
was going to say is, if I am to purchase a model plane, I'm going for like the Gemini quality. You know, because I only have so many of them. But you're
Yeah.
more of like quantity versus quality at the end of the day. Like you like the nice ones, but you're more of like you'd rather have a vast collection.
Yes, a
know what
vast
I mean?
different amount of
Right.
airlines and specials and aircraft. Yeah, absolutely. And so now, yes, finished out at 24%, and it depends at 6. And then I had some other thoughts. Jet Set Shirts, love the unboxing video. XRS 54, if they have Sun Country, I'll get 5 of them. So we got a Sun Country fan on our
Okay,
hands.
weirdly specific. Like it though.
Okay. Let's go
Right?
MSP.
Why not
Right?
7, brother? You know,
But yeah, no had 12 votes. Yes had 4 votes, and it depends with 1. So
it depends.
Mm.
So basically, like wing wave it. I don't know.
right,
Not
yeah,
unsure. They're wing waving it.
yeah. Depends on what the airline is or aircraft or specials. These ones, because I assumed they were going to be a little bit derpy. I did try and make them a little special because they each are special liveries. So
You have to assume there's going to be derp qualities.
exactly.
There's-
You're talking about a
like we
Temu
saw,
plane.
like we saw on Temu, I believe is how it's pronounced according to the Super Bowl ads. But
Which they just did their 365th I'm just making
Which
a
I
joke.
don't know if you saw. I don't know if you saw. There's been headlines. This is super random. I'm just bringing this up, but they're under like a bunch of criticism right now because apparently lots of information is being. People's information is being.
No.
What do you say? You know.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Can you believe
Given
it?
out.
Can you believe it?
How many
on,
people downloaded
on
the app?
Temu page? One.
You did.
All your information's
true, I do have it.
gone.
I know this
I think I do too.
But what I was saying is like they have tons of planes available, like tons of planes.
Oh, they have
available.
so many because we looked at all of them last time. We
Yes,
They
you
had,
both
they had
did.
way more available than I thought they did. I thought it might
Yeah.
just be like 7 to 10, but they had like almost hundreds. Yeah.
Yeah, they have seven.
This is God.
Mama, like
Oh wow.
every single one that Paige saw, she was like, "Oh." Paige was like, "Yes, please, yes." Hey, move.
Oh God! Stop with touching the buttons. Ay.
Love buttons.
Yeah.
Me too. Love me some fresh old buttons, you know.
Oh jeez. Hey, so we are all going on some trips, and it's that time.
Oh yeah.
Of the
I
podcast.
guess the next time you hear from us, we will have all traveled. All of
Yes.
us separately.
Yeah.
We're kind of going Silver Airways style. We're all going different directions.
Yep.
Yes, we
Be another
are.
one of those.
Justin, what are you doing?
So mine's aviation wise, mine is the least exciting. But I'm going to Phoenix, Arizona. I'm gonna
Woo
be
woo woo.
I'm a huge baseball guy if you know me. Big baseball fan, so I'm going to be taking in some spring training baseball in the Phoenix area.
Cactus League.
Cactus League,
Yes.
shout out. But yeah, I mean, obviously going to be, I shouldn't say obviously, but taking American back and forth, 737, super exciting. Mine's, like I said, probably aviation-wise, the least exciting compared to what we're about to get to. Paige, you're doing something for the first time.
Paige.
I am, and I'm so excited.
Shocking, Paige doing something for the first time.
Right.
Where have you heard that before?
So I will be taking Delta to Boise. And so
Boise, like Idaho?
yeah.
Idaho.
Interesting
in March.
pick. Interesting pick.
I mean, it's a state I've never been to, so I'm
would
trying to
hope
get to all
so.
50. So I'm right, yeah.
Because who's going to Boise in March?
Me.
There we go.
But it's gonna get interesting. I'm gonna fly the E-175 with Delta
To Salt Lake City?
to Salt Lake City.
Okay. And then what happens?
To the slick.
Then get ready for this.
This
guys.
is like the big part of the trip.
This is
like
the-
Big.
This is the reason
Really
for the trip
big.
almost.
This is yes.
I will be flying the A220 for the first time. Yeah, heck yeah, here we go.
Now with the buttons again.
That was well timed, was it not?
Yes. But yeah, from
Do you by chance know, is it the 100 or the 300?
100.
That's the one time I flew it was the 100.
Yep. So I will be flying that from Salt Lake City to Boise. Short flight, but I'm still going to go to the bathroom anyways.
Oh yeah.
If you
that's
know, you
right.
know. If
Bathroom
you know, you know.
selfie.
Yeah, and we know that the Breeze CEO on AVL talked about.
Yeah.
That was a great point, by the way. I'm glad you brought that up. That was interesting. I did not know that.
I love that. Like, and now it makes more sense why when I took the Air France A220 earlier in the year, they also had that same configuration of
Right.
Breeze.
But the Delta
Yep.
100s definitely have them. Those 100s.
Yep.
Yep.
They do, and I'm excited.
So are you going to do bathroom selfie?
I'm going to do a bathroom selfie.
You going to do aileron selfie?
Yes. Aileron is going to be there with
Is
me.
that even a question?
Right,
You
yeah.
know there's aileron selfies coming.
Oh yeah.
Wait, so how are you getting back then?
Southwest to Denver, and I'll be having a 3-hour layover in my favorite airport of Denver. So
3-hour tour.
If you could marry a inanimate object, I feel like it would be the Denver airport.
Oh my gosh.
You know, like that show Strange Addictions. Have you ever seen them? Like they're attracted to like a Ferris wheel.
Oh god.
You know, like
The
sexually
person who
attracted
like
to a Ferris wheel.
sexually attracted to their car, yeah. Yeah.
That's like you in the Denver airport.
That's yeah.
interesting
She
way to
does
put
Oh,
love the
it.
Denver
I'm not
airport.
wrong. I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
I don't know
She
about
she
that.
she loves the bathrooms that are like have the windows that people can look into the
Okay, that's nice.
bathroom.
No, it's just the pilots. And they can't look into the
They can
stalls. It's
still
only
look-
by the sinks.
That's such a weird airport.
But
And
yeah.
the
So you
big
come back through Denver, yeah.
the big horse. Yeah.
And I will be getting in at midnight 30 on Saturday morning.
Midnight
So
30.
it's gonna be a very late night. But you know what? It's a Friday into a Saturday, so
That's how I always try to plan if possible. I try to plan my trips, leaving as early as possible that day and getting back as late as possible.
Yes.
Me too. Saves money too, so you don't have to spend as many nights. So
And it's just maximizing time.
exactly.
Adama, I don't think you have much going on.
Oh no, I'm not going anywhere. I am
Adama's
leaving.
going somewhere? No way.
No way.
I'm leaving in 19 hours actually, and I'm headed from Omaha out to LA on the what am I taking? The Embraer 175.
170. It changed last night.
I'm taking the Embraer 175 right now with American. So I haven't flown American. So this is
American
been a
Eagle.
very long time. Yeah, American Eagle down to LAX where I'm going to spend the night. I'm going to be up there in the H Hotel because why not?
You're welcome.
And
Right.
yeah, guys, Justin, I tell him every time how much I hate him because I'm addicted to the H Hotel now.
Me too.
And AVL should be live tomorrow night, so I will be able to watch AVL in real. And then the exciting part is my flight, which is on Saturday. I'm finally getting on an A380.
Dang.
I'm so happy.
Say that again.
I'm getting on an A380.
That is so awesome. You're
That
gonna have
is
so much
I mean,
fun.
like I've said before, I hate you so much, but yet so happy for you at the same time, dude.
Me
Thank you.
too, dude.
Thank you. I hate you too, but thank you.
my FOMO hasn't really been too much of an issue since high school, but it will be bad on Saturday.
Yeah.
Might as well just sleep the whole day so you don't even have to.
I mean,
watch
luckily
it.
I'll have some Creighton basketball to distract me because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to handle the pictures that you're going to have incoming.
I want to see the pictures because I don't know if I'll ever make it onto one.
But you know what I mean? I do and I don't. Like, it's one of those things, like, in the
Right.
moment, like, I'd like to see them later on, but in the moment, I'm just like, that's awesome.
Punch a hole through
Just
the
like,
wall.
Man, that's...
Yeah. So, yeah,
So, real quick for the viewers, are you top or bottom deck?
I'm bottom deck.
Lido
So,
deck.
but I'm premium bottom deck.
So, do you know where you are on the plane? Like, do you have a view of the wing? Where are you at?
Oh, I don't remember where I'm at. I think I'm behind the.
Because that wing spans like 20 rows on
It's
the A380.
massive,
It's
I know.
insane. God, so jealous. This is awesome. I'm honestly, truly happy for you.
Thank you.
I will
And
live vicariously
your first time on the
through you.
A380, correct? This is your first
Yes,
time
this is
on
my
the
first
A380?
time on the A380.
That's awesome. So,
So-
you're taking that where?
I'm taking that to Munich, so I'm taking the Lufthansa A380. Yes, I'm excited. And I'll be in Munich for about 2-3 hours, and then I'm taking Air Dolomiti, an Embraer 195. That is so Air Dolomiti. They are from Italy. They are a regional carrier of Lufthansa, which now Lufthansa has Lufthansa City. That they're going to have their routes later, but Air Dolomiti does all the flights from Germany to Italy, and I think they can do a few other, maybe Austria.
So, they're a regional carrier of Lufthansa.
Yes.
Gotcha. Did not know that.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to be taking them, and we'll arrive in not Malpensa, but Milano Linate. So excited about that. And then on my way back, I'm actually going to go from Milan to Rome, and I'm doing that with ITA, and I'm going to be taking their A220. So I'm excited about that.
A220 week here on the exit row.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really is.
Double A220. And then I'm going to take, so everybody knows that I'm a huge Delta fan, but I'm not chasing status this year, even though I already have silver status for next year.
You, Delta? No.
What?
Don't believe it. Don't
So,
believe it.
however, I'm taking one of my favorite aircrafts in the world. I'm taking a Dreamliner. Oh, yes.
So dreamy.
United Dreamliner out to Chicago from Rome. And then we'll be taking a 737 back from United Chicago to Omaha. So that is my.
Covering some nice variety of aircraft that week.
Right?
Exactly.
Everyone is different, isn't
That's
it?
a nice variety of aircraft.
Everyone is. I may have a different. I might have like a lot of safety cards. So
That just happened to fall in your backpack, right?
yeah.
This
Somehow
is good variety there in general.
it is.
Not only airlines, aircraft. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The only thing is a double United, but all of it is all completely different
Oh,
aircraft
yeah.
and completely different companies. So super excited. I've been on the Lufthansa 747, so now I get to do the A380.
That's awesome. And everyone can basically follow along with your departure, assuming AVL still goes live tomorrow. So yeah, there's a good chance you could have the number one tracked flight in the world there for a moment, because everyone tends to track the flights that are on while he's streaming.
Yes.
Oh, that's true. Except
Yeah.
your flight or your A380 Saturday, right?
It's Saturday, yeah.
Oh, duh, that's
so,
right.
but you can watch me arrive LAX.
Yeah.
Even though when you hear this podcast, I have already been in Italy for a few days. So
For timing purposes, as of this recording, he's going tomorrow. But yeah.
yes.
yeah.
So yeah, it's very exciting.
But like I said, this is one of those rare times where we're all going somewhere by the time the next recordings happening. So
Exactly.
no matter what happens, there will be stories.
Yes.
There will be, and even if nothing happens, even if they go perfectly, you will have flown the A380, and we will be talking about that.
Yes, we will.
Yep.
Yes, we will.
We'll see if all my flights go perfectly this time, because that's not usually the case for me.
Listen. Paige, you're going somewhere. Something will happen, whether it means like it's for better or worse. Something will happen to Paige.
She's getting on Southwest, so something's going to happen.
I think it's going to be with Southwest.
Or
especially-
it's the Denver airport.
I think it's going to be the flight back home because, I mean, as I said, I'm going to be getting in at 12:30 a.m., and that's like the last flight of the day. So that's usually a pretty risky flight, and we'll see what happens. So
Why do you say it's risky?
just
because it's
because
late?
there's more chances that it could be delayed or canceled because something
I thought
happens
you meant
with
because
the
there's more
aircraft.
weirdos
or-
possible. Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, that could also be a thing, I guess.
Knowing you,
but-
you will have a delay, and our text chain will be the roller coaster of emotion.
It'll be so great.
Oh my God, I'm living in Denver now. Okay, we're back. We're taxing. Oh, I live in Denver now.
Somehow the horse got me. The blue horse got me. I don't know what happened.
You guys were grounded forever. I'm never leaving.
Too funny. Too funny. So yeah,
Safe travels to all of us.
safe
If
travels.
you're out there,
Absolutely.
if anyone listening's traveling, safe travels to you as well.
And I also wanted to throw in a quick note that it is going to be March by the time that this podcast comes out. And so it's Women's History Month, which also means that it's Women in Aviation History Month. So we'll be able to hear some stories about that.
We'll
too.
be diving into Paige's history.
There
My
we
aviation
go.
history.
Yes.
There we go.
Why is Paige the way she is?
That's probably a question a lot of people ask,
Gonna show off.
18.
for better
why-
or worse.
Episode 18. Why is Paige the way she chooses to be?
And it's just Michael Scott from The Office. Why are you the way that you are?
Why-
So glad you're here.
There we go. Okay, well then on that note, let's go ahead and do the handle train. Justin,
Nice.
where can we follow you?
I mean, if you choose to follow my account, which is a flurry of activity, is spotting.omaha.
And Paige.
I am at Oma Spotter Page on Instagram and my travel buddy Adventures with Aileron.
And you can follow me at Photography by Adama D. There we go. That's Justin, guys. You can follow me on Instagram. You can also follow us at the Exit Row Pod on Instagram. And we're going to be on other social media places in the future. But anyways, please like, subscribe, share, and let
Let
everybody
us know.
about
Do we
us.
sound as good as we think we sound?
Exactly.
I think
Right.
we do. I think we do.
I think so too.
Maybe on the next episode of Pages Polls, we'll have some input on that.
There we go.
And shout out Randall. We appreciate you.
Heck
Thank
yeah.
you so much. All right, I'm enough with these buttons. We will see you guys back in a few weeks. And thank you for listening. Bye.
See you.
Bye.